This is harder than I thought it was gonna be. I just made it 365 days without drinking. 1 year I did it, and I'm not really sure why I'm doing this video. I don't really want to talk about it right now, but I think it'd be a good idea just to let people know that it's okay if you're struggling with something, because a lot of people are, and a lot of people won't say they are, which is 100% fine. But so many people are hurting behind closed doors and keeping the secret to themselves, just like I was. You know, I was drinking every single day. Like, if you've seen any of my other videos, my other like 3 videos, I've talked about me drinking, I think I talked about me drinking. I used to drink a lot every day. I needed at least 3 beers. Sometimes I would do about 6 beers. When it got to the peak, it was about 6 beers a day, and at least, and it was just, I don't know, it was terrible, to be honest. And I was always wondering why my career wasn't going anywhere. It's because I was worried about drinking, and I could not get over it. And where it started was here in LA. I mean, it probably started like mentally when I was younger, but I didn't really drink when I was in Chicago. In like middle school, high school, I was too scared to because of sports. And if you got caught drinking, you were suspended from the team. They would make you do cross country, so you wouldn't miss the basketball season. Like, if it was out of season, they would make you do cross country, so you'd have to miss a few meets, and then you could still play basketball. And I was scared to do that. But when I got out to LA, boom, it happened pretty quickly. And when I was in acting class, I think I was 18 or 19, I was nervous. You know, it was something that I was always nervous. So my scene partner was like, yo, just take a shot. I was like, all right, boom, took a shot, felt great, went, did my thing, and I'm like, all right, I think this is the solution. And that was my solution to being nervous. And then, you know, being out here by yourself when everyone else is like freshmen in college, and I'm just like in an apartment, you know, in a room by myself. It was just like, I was just turning up, started doing drugs, started drinking a lot, and that's when it started. That's when the drinking and drugging and, you know, just all that good stuff started. And then I'd move back to Chicago, and then I'd move back to LA, then I'd just be floating around, nothing really stable until like now, until the past few years, you know. Better late than never, though. It's just very easy to be out here and just be like, especially now, thank God I don't drink right now, because this is I could see it being a depressing time for people. For me, it's not depressing. Like, my career is starting now, you know, and a lot of people are freaking out, and a lot of people don't know what to do out here, and they can't go out, and so it's like, boom, they're just in the crib, just drinking all the time, and that's a scary thing, because that would have been me if I didn't stop a year ago. And I actually stopped 16 months ago and was going strong for 4 months, and then I had to go to Mexico for a photo shoot, and I thought I was good, didn't really think about anything or plan, like, what am I gonna do when I get there and whatever, and I drank. So, you know, I would think about, I could be at 5 months, 6 months. I'd be at 16 months right now, and it's okay, because a year feels great. A year feels real good. If you are in the entertainment industry and live in LA, you could probably understand the lonely, depressed, not sure what you're doing, what you're gonna do with your career. Like, I know that you guys know what I'm talking about, because that's where I was. And I'm not saying like, oh yeah, everything is perfect now. No, I just know that everything is going to be okay, and everything is fine right now, and it's going to get better and better and better and better. And I'm gonna be on TV every day. That's how it's gonna be. I thought I could do that drinking every day, which, you know, I'll admit, I've booked jobs drunk before. I've booked jobs under the influence. I've booked jobs feeling good, modeling jobs, not acting jobs, modeling jobs, because you just gotta look. You know, there was a time where someone watching this might actually know the audition I'm talking about. If the casting director sees it, they're gonna know what I'm talking about. I went to this audition. I was whatever, feeling whatever, and the casting director is like, "I smell alcohol," and I'm like, "Oh no." And like 5 other people are like, "Oh, we just came from getting mimosas. Yeah, we just had Bloody Marys, but we were drinking blah blah blah." And I'm just like, yeah, this is what I'm talking about. This is why I'm in LA, so we could party and still work and still get the bread. Well, I booked that job and they knew I was under the influence. They said, like, "We know you were drinking, blah, blah, we know you're drinking, blah, blah." And it's just like, that's so embarrassing to be that guy. And you know, there's other shoots. A lot of times when you do a shoot, the company is not from LA. This is their one trip to LA. It's like a vacation, but it's work because they're doing a shoot, a campaign or whatever. But like they're out, when you're coming from Wisconsin and you're out in LA for 4 or 5 days, like, yeah, when in the trailer at the end of the day, like a lot of times there's champagne. I would do it. I would drink. You know, I would drink and I'll be honest, I really don't want to talk about this. It's just it's embarrassing, but it's like, I don't know. It just wasn't like, I was not proud of myself of anything. My career is just starting. Like technically it started when I was young, but like this is, I never gave myself a chance to do anything until now. And I just want to make up for lost time and just do better. I don't know, guys. I don't know. I don't know. This is harder than I thought it was gonna be. You know, it might have taken me a long time, but there were so many reasons why I drank. You know, being 17, doing the movie I did with Jennifer Lawrence, and then after that, it's like, okay, this is it. But then you're not really putting the work in, but you're still just, I always just like slid by with the bare minimum. And this was like, okay, boom, easy. Did the movie, came out to LA, so I'm like, all right, this is gonna be it. But didn't really anticipate having to work that much. And then also starting to do drugs like months, maybe even weeks after moving to LA at 18, 19, 18, right after high school. I wasn't ready for a lot of this stuff. And I know so many people that can just like, if you can just push that to the side, focus, don't be afraid to put yourself out there and fail. Like I failed a lot, but I could have failed more if I gave myself a chance. I never even gave myself a chance to fail enough. I was just like, oh, you know, when you go from being in Illinois, you know, working in Chicago and booking a lot of stuff there when you're young, and then coming out to LA, especially after the LA Film Festival, I'm on the red carpet, I'm doing BET interviews, I'm doing all this stuff, and I'm just like, oh, this is moving on up from that point. And then slowly, I'm not sure how this is gonna happen. I don't know what to do. And then you got people you could drink with, so you're gonna start drinking more. You're starting to do these drugs and just getting caught up, and then just completely losing the focus of why you're even in LA in the first place. It's like, oh, I came here to act, and now I'm like, wait, what am I? I'm mixing what? Doing that? I'm popping what? Nah, and that's what it was. And I'm just so happy that I am free. I don't have to wake up sick. I was sick every day. I'd wake up. Thank God I am not like that anymore. Thank God that this, But yeah, this was a lot harder than I thought it was gonna be. I thought I'm just gonna hop on and it was gonna flow. Sometimes it just flows. You know, I know some people have like notes or something. I don't have notes. I just 365 days, 1 year, you know, I made it. And if you want to stop drinking, you can stop drinking. It's harder for some people. It's a lot harder for some people than it is for others. So hard for me. But if I could just make a suggestion, if you're drinking every day, you might have a problem. I think this is going to be the end of the video. I'm not sure what this is going to turn out to be. I was just rambling. But I made it. 365 days. It's going down. If y'all need help, go get it.
Waving bye-bye to the old me. Had to take a minute. Just breathe, had to take a minute. Just be, had to take a minute.